Good YouTube, it's your course Leviathan Prophecy. And I just wanted to get this off my chest. Odell Beckham Jr. is sorry. As you can see in the background, I'm watching a little bit of football. Don't necessarily care about who's playing, but Odell Beckham Jr. is just sorry. Yeah, for years y'all been saying, he was top 5, top 3. He was never number 1. He was always number 3 behind, you know, Jones and Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? He was always behind Hopkins and, you know, and Mike. Like besides the injury, because we all know sports is about injuries. Nobody plays the game 1,000% every single day. But when he was with the Giants, he got injured. He got injured twice when he was with the Giants. Okay, now maybe he's just using this as an excuse to get out of Cleveland. Because if you were locked up in Cleveland, you wouldn't want to play very hard, even though they have a pretty good record right now. But it's against teams that's above 500. They have not faced a legitimate team outside of Pittsburgh, who mollywopped them. So beating a 1-6 Bengals team, like that is not impressive. But Odell Beckham Jr. is just sorry. As a Giants fan, as a former Giants fan, I was so glad that he left. When I was a Giants fan, I was so glad when he left because he was just such a headache. I think we could have used that draft better. If we would have redo that draft, I think we would have probably drafted a better receiver like a Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? Who's still on the team. That shows you something. You know what I'm saying? You never saw Mike Evans, wild out or act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But Odell Beckham Jr. is not a great receiver. He's an okay receiver. People that say, "Oh, he's a talent. Oh, he's a generational receiver." No, he's not. He's an okay receiver. That's just about it. So he's always getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? The best ability is availability, and you have to be available every single Sunday. This is why most people might take Antonio Brown, because Antonio Brown was productive. He showed up every single Sunday. If it wasn't for his dirty antics off the field, I think he would still been with the Steelers. But it is what it is. I'll give him 9 days to be on the team, and then he's gonna be out by the 10th day. But anyways, Odell is just such a big disappointment. As a person, as a player, not as a person, but as a player, he's just such a disappointment. He came out of LSU. LSU is like one of the biggest schools in the country. You know what I'm saying? Behind Alabama and the Florida Gators. You know what I'm saying? Those schools were like the top 5 schools that were big back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But ever since he came out of LSU, he had an okay rookie year. You know what I'm saying? He broke records. He was close to breaking Toomer's record for most touchdowns, but obviously, all he needed was 2 touchdowns to break it or tie it. So obviously that didn't happen. He went off the cliff, and so he just went off the cliff, and he spent his last 8 years with the Giants, and he went on to Cleveland. Didn't have an okay year. He got injured his first year there, came back, and then now he's re-injured again. So like I said again, I don't know if he's using this as clickbait. I don't know if he's just using this to get out of Cleveland. Because who would Like it's not like they're losing. It's not like they 1-7. You know, they 4 and what? No, actually they 5-3 or 5-2. So it's not like they're losing. It's just like it's. Most people might say, "Oh, it's Baker Mayfield." You know, Baker Mayfield is not giving him the ball enough. When you have other receivers that need the ball too, you know what I'm saying? Like Odell Beckham Jr. is not the only one. You got Higgins, you got Landry, you know what I'm saying? You got Ratley. So you got other receivers that need the ball too, tight ends, running backs. So like how are you going to give the ball to a person that A doesn't want to catch it when it's thrown to him, and B, why would you run after like I saw the video, you know, he picked it, Baker Mayfield underthrew that ball. You know, that ball should have been over the defender's head. He overthrew it. They picked it off. Like, instead of just not going for the ball or going for the defender, you know, you could just, you know, let the defenders do their job and tackle him. You know what I'm saying? This is why offensive player can never play defensive position, you know? That's like an offensive lineman. That's like a right tackle playing a defensive tackle position. That's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Unless he lose some weight and, you know, be more fit, then okay. But, like, I don't see why Odell ran after that defender, you know, and he wound up injuring himself. So, hopefully, Odell is probably going to be out for the year. Probably a torn something or, you know, like I said, you know, I don't wish injury upon nobody. You know, I wish Odell Beckham a speedy recovery, but you could tell he wants out of Cleveland. You know, you could tell just by that play. Like, why would you run after a player? I know you was just trying to make a tackle, but still, you know, you could have just said, oh, you know what, I'll just let I'll just let my defenders tackle him, you know, or let my receivers tackle him, you know. But instead, he ran after that, which you should do because you don't want him to score a touchdown. But, you know, like you can tell, like, you know, he wants out of Cleveland. So, yeah. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about Odell Beckham Jr.'s injury. My picks today. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Hold on. Okay, so the Jets lost, the Browns won, and the Cowboys lost. So I'm probably like 4 of 3 right now. So I'm 4 of 3. Not really that bad, but you know I could do better. You know, I thought the Jets was gonna snap their losing streak, but obviously that didn't happen. But anyways, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the Odell Beckham Jr.'s injury. And yeah, I will put the video in the description down below. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.